Today is March 23rd, Monday. 1775, Patrick Henry declared, "Give me liberty or give me death." In 1983, U.S. President Ronald Reagan proposed a space-based missile defensive system called Strategic Defense Initiative, or Star Wars. 1998, the motion picture epic Titanic won 11 Oscars as the 70th Academy Awards, tying it with Ben-Hur for the most ever. Birthdays. John McCummer's birthday is today, so please wish him happy birthday. And I got a big toot going out to Ted Riola. Ted Riola's wife had a baby girl named Leah Marie, 7 pounds, 6 ounces, and 21 inches long. Upcoming events. April 30th, the cook-off is going to be anything made with bacon. I think that should be a very interesting because Michael Simon says you can make anything good with bacon, even some of my food, hopefully. But anyway, I think it'll be a fun one, so let's everybody start thinking about our bacon recipes. The Burt Weiss Award. The nominations are over for it, and I just kind of want to review it. The Burt Weiss honoree is a theme each year that we do at Motor Cars, honoring one of our employees, Burt Weiss, who worked with us for 23 years. The qualities that Burt exemplified are what the award's about: honesty, outstanding customer service, constantly observing ways to improve motor cars, always helping other employees and in the local community. Now Matt and I will be and Trevor will be making a decision as to who's going to win this award, which we'll probably be doing it, giving the award out probably at the end of April. But anyway, thank you for your nominations, and we'll try to do the best choice we can. Construction update. We will be starting the steel erectors work within a week, which will allow us to be able to do a lot of additional work with the intention of closing in the addition and starting the pit construction. So hopefully that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. The solar panels. I know it's exciting to watch our solar canopy project unfold, but your safety is my main concern. Due to the overhead hazards under the solar canopy, the area is designated a construction zone and is off limit to all employees. Also, I'd like to mention that this is something that I think I'm going to initiate, that when the project is completed, it will become a non-smoking area. Again, this is for your safety, and I thank you all for your help. The thought for the day. The thought for the day is I'm going to read a letter I got from a customer. It's a long letter, but please bear with me because I think there's a lot of points we can get out of it. There's good and there's bad customer service involved here. And I shouldn't really say it's bad customer service because I think all the employees tried to do their best, but maybe sometimes the systems aren't set up to give them the opportunity to do a good job, and maybe we need to change it. But also I think there's opportunities that they could, with the empowerment they have, they could have done a few things differently that maybe would have changed the outcome of, sooner for the customer. So I'm going to kind of read through it, and I'll try to add some points as I go through that maybe will help us understand how we could have done a better job. The customer's name is Barbara Burke. Dear Mr. Guile, first and foremost, let me say how blessed and fortunate you are to have Georgianne in your service area. I purchased my 2004 Civic 4-door sedan from Robbie Bauman. Another blessing. At your dealership 10 years ago, when I've been working with Georgianne ever since on all the service issues, both regular, scheduled checkups, and other incidents. So we have built up a very good relationship, and that's so important to us, is to have that type of relationship, with our customers. And you've got to go over a little bit, do a little more to be able to develop those relationships. But Georgianne has, and good job. Barbara is what I would call a brand evangelist, and that's somebody that is one of our top customers because she's been in our service department just for her Civic over 14 times, and she has two vehicles, but she definitely is an evangelist, which we got to, those are the customers we can't ever afford to lose. Unfortunately, this story is where my relationship and feelings about your dealership went south and caused me to think, I will never go back there again. Around the 1st of February, I discovered my right rear brake light was out. No, I can pull into your dealer and your underground area, and have someone do the work to replace the bulb promptly without an appointment. I did just that. I explained to the valet, my problem, and he advised me to go to the parts area, tell them I needed a bulb for my right side brake light, pay for it, and he would install it. I inquired if I needed the old bulbs so as to get the right bulb. No, he said, they will know what it is. First blunder. No, they didn't know what it was. I was given the turn signal bulb and had to go back. The brake light bulb was out of stock, and I was asked to come back in a day or two when it would be worked on. Fine, I thought. I left and returned 3 days later. Same problem. Pull in, go buy the bulb, return to the same valet, and have the bulb replaced. Success. Well, almost exactly 3 weeks later, on February 24th, I found that my right turn signal light was burned out and started the process again. Same valet, same instructions, to go inside, buy the part. Remember the confusion with the brake light, I asked for the bulb so I could take it in and get the correct bulb. No, he said. Again, they will know which one it is. Saga going downhill fast. Of course, I got the wrong bulb and had to go back again. First valet inadvertently puts in the brake light connection and quickly realizes it doesn't fit and it doesn't work there. While I'm watching, okay, now he is trying to install it in the far right area. Struggling and mumbling about why it's so hard, finally gets it in, and he goes in the front of in my car and asks me to let him know if the turn signal is blinking. Nope. Okay, he comes back, fumbles around some more, and says, let me try that again. Nope. Now, not only the turn signal doesn't work, but the brake light is out as well. Oh my God, I'm thinking, what is this guy doing? He tries a couple more times, and as I watch him try to jam the light into the space. After about 4 tries, he says that he will get someone to help, and I should wait inside because it is quite cold. I had been out there for about 45 minutes. I go into the service area and watch him and another young man make 1 or 2 valiant efforts, or so it seemed, to get it to work. Within about 5 minutes, both come into the service area and tell me, you have a problem. What do you mean I have a problem? I asked. The initial valet doesn't answer, but the young man tells me I have an electrical problem. When I asked him to explain, I was told either the cable or connector broke, maybe from the cold. I'm now turned over to a man in the service area whom I have never met, and frankly, I found him rude and condescending, really going downhill. While I was waiting for the two to get the light to work, inside man asked if I need help. I told him I was waiting for a light to be installed for my turn signal and that I had just been there 3 weeks earlier for the brake light replacement. That was met with somewhat of a condescending tone, telling me I should have replaced both of this at the same time. Now, telling a customer that when we didn't recommend it really did no good, and I agree with the customer that is probably condescending to say that. Anyway, when I inquired why I would replace a perfectly good bulb, I was told, because everyone does that. Enough. Back to my saga. When I was told I needed the electrical system checked, I inquired if that could be done then. It is now 7:15. Man at desk checks with people in the back and is told that I need to make an appointment. Well, if the customer's come back twice already, we should have found a way to get the car in the shop immediately, taken it in. To me, this is a priority. We've goofed up. We've had a problem. We should understand it, and we got it the customer in. But let's say that there's no way to work on it. It's a night shift. There's no way it could be done. Give the customer a car. This is what the empowerment is about, taking the initiative to make something wrong right. Anyway, he tried to set up an appointment during the week, and I told him I worked. Was there because I came after work, and no, I did not want to lose a day of work for this, and I wanted to come in on a Saturday. It would be a shame to have a customer have to take a day off of work for a light bulb. Anyway, after some searching, he comes up with a Saturday a week later. I start to leave and turn back and inquire if he could give me an idea what an electrical system checkup could cost. No was the curt answer. I was a little stunned at this, and so I asked again, so I could be prepared to pay. No, I could give you a price, but it would be high or low, and it still wouldn't know what it is. No response. Good God, what am I doing here? Go to the parking lot where neither the valet is to be found, but I am sure I can find my car and the keys. Wrong again. Find my car, but no keys. Get out of the car, walking around in a lot looking for a valet, and finally he comes out from nowhere and says, "Looking for these?" As he hands me the keys. The appointment Saturday comes, but because of an early morning fall, I am forced to reschedule. I went online and saw an opening yesterday. I was off work. I was off work because of a doctor's appointment at 2:30 and saw that my friend Georgianne was available. Yes. Okay, let's kind of go back to the beginning on this whole situation. One, I think the valets did everything they could. I think the system we have in place, uh, I think the valets are doing work they probably shouldn't be. And that's something we started a long time ago as a benefit we offer the customers. But I think we can still accomplish the same thing. Put the light bulb in. I would put it in at no charge. A customer coming in for a light bulb costs nothing. We could put it in at basically at no charge. It's giving the customer something extra, and I think we have to find ways that gives us customers something for free sometime. Every time they come in, we charge more and more, and sometimes it's nice to get something for free. I think everybody likes that. So I think what we should do is evaluate this system. I think the valets should not be putting in light bulbs. I think that's work that should be turned over to a lube tech who is more qualified. And again, I think we should just tell the customer, hey, we installed that at no charge. You're a good customer of ours and we appreciate the business, and let it go with that. So I think that's one thing we can do. I think, like I said, I do think that everybody tried in this situation, but the situation just wasn't right. And again, you're all empowered to make decisions. And sometimes you got to say, time out. Something's not going right. If I were that customer, what would I want done? And try to think of something and get the customer happy. Anyway, a lot of opportunities we had to shine, but I would have definitely bought the bulb for the customer a lot earlier and taken care of it a little different. But the whole idea is that I'm reading this is hopefully learn from it. We can think about it. Anyway, the appointment Saturday comes. Oh, I immediately shared with Georgianne the fiasco that had ensued, and I mentioned I was told I need an electrical system check. Always looking out for me. She said, it doesn't sound like an electrical system issue, particularly since everything else in the car is working just fine. She was a saint for listening to my grouse about my treatment and what I considered really bad service by the valet. Again, I think the valet did his best. I think he went overboard trying to help the customer, but I think we could have looked at it a little differently. But no, I'm not. I don't think it was bad service by the valet. Wondering out loud at the fact the valet caused whatever a break by continuing to trying to jam the new bulb in. I probably feel the same way if I were the customer. I mentioned Georgianne at the time that a couple of days after I had left, I stopped at the grocery store and opened the trunk to put my groceries in. And again, oh my God, I found a couple of screws rolling around on the carpet and the carpet by the right light unsecured, and a couple of wires sticking out, which explains why I was told by someone that I had no right brake light when I was stopped at a light. The valet had not put it back in the right brake light, even when he couldn't get the turn signal bulb in. Just what I needed, a ticket from Cleveland Heights for no brake light. Anyway, Georgianne suggested we have someone not involved in the initial mess and check out the car in the bulb replacement and check what is found. I told her if there was a broken cable, I wanted to see it. Georgianne then called Reuben from the repair area, someone she told me was the best, and he was. Without giving him any background detail or instructions, he went to the car, checking both left and right brake lights and turn signals. He came in and asked me where the bulbs were. The bulbs I purchased last week. Before. No one could find the bulbs. So he went to the parts area, replaced 3 bulbs, obviously the one on the left side, although I am not sure why. He tested while we watched each brake light and each turn signal perfect. He found no broken cables or connectors and didn't need electrical system check. Georgianne absolutely made my day. I know that an unnecessary system check would have cost me easily $100 for no reason. I'm not writing to ask for anything except I want you to know what a stellar employee you have in Georgianne, and because of her and because of her alone, I will continue to return to your dealership, especially next year when I'm looking for a new car. I hope she is compensated very well, as she is the glue in your service department. And while I had a little interaction with Ruben, he too is a real asset to your organization. Yeah, I agree. Ruben and Georgianne definitely an asset to the organization. I think that they looked outside of the box a little bit and kept this customer that is probably one of our best customers from leaving and never coming back again over a light bulb. I sure would hate to lose a customer this valuable over a light bulb. That's why everybody's empowered. If something's not going right, make a decision. Take care of the customer. If it's under $200, absolutely do it and don't think twice about it. Put yourself in the customer's place. And when things go bad, stop. How would I feel if I were that customer? And how would I want to be treated? Anyway, good job again, Georgianne and Ruben, for handling this problem. I thank you. All right, my hero of the day, Duran Marsh from Georgianne, always goes that extra 110 to 120% to get the customer happy and does not hesitate to drop what he's doing to get the job done, to get the customer leave happy. He comes in early and stays late. 5 checks to Duran, and we are lucky to have him. Or 5 cheers. I'm sorry, Duran. 5 cheers to Duran. We're lucky to have him. And I agree, Georgianne. We are lucky to have you, Duran, and toot toot to you, and thank you for all the extra work you do for us. Anyway, it took a long time, but I hope everybody gets the message, or at least thinks about it. And hopefully you managers talk this about, to your employees about what I've talked about. And so people start thinking about their empowerment and taking care of the customer no matter what. And put yourself in their shoes, please. Thank you and have a great day.